Hello, everybody. My name is Quickshot, and this is the Esports Awards Origins Podcast. Today, I have a very special guest in front of me. It is somebody I've had the pleasure to speak to last year at the Esports World Cup, and is somebody that consistently impresses me, not only because of her taste in video games, but also her incredible business sense. Welcome, Cherrygumms, Nicolle. How are you?
Thank you very much. Hello, guys. Very nice to meet you. My name is Nicolle, Merhy, known as Cherrygumms. I'm very good, very happy to be here. Tomorrow I'll be lecturing here about diversity. So it's I'm very happy to be here and honored. Thank you very much again.
The pleasure is
be
mine.
Here with you.
The pleasure is mine. I think you tried to teach me last year. Vamos.
Vamos. Let's
there's
go.
An extra syllable in there, not the Spanish. Vamos. It's different.
Yeah, but it's very close. Yes.
It's close. It's
Vamos in
Brilliance
Spanish
is
and
it's Portuguese is much sexier.
Yes.
Okay, so listen, let's talk a little bit about your backgrounds.
Of course.
We obviously talked before we've gone live. We want to know who is Nicolle first. Then we'll get to Cherrygumms and Black Dragons, and then we'll get to the business stuff. But you know, for this audience, tell me where your origin in gaming comes from.
Okay. Well, I'm from Brazil. But I'm also half German, so I have...
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Nein.
Nein?
Nein.
Okay. Ich wohne in Berlin. I live in Berlin.
Wie geht's Sie?
Alles gut, danke.
Alles gut, alles sehr gut.
Ein bisschen müde. So I'm a little bit tired.
Okay, me too. But, well, I started in the world of gaming when I was around 7 years old. My father, he's a PC technician. It was back in, I don't know, in 2003, 2004, something like that. I had my first PC with Intel, Pentium, and okay, I want to play. And my father taught me how to play Quake. I started playing Quake. And then The Sims, Battlefield, Doom, Unreal Tournament, all of those.
See, this is why I like you. Every game you've just said are some of my quintessential best video games ever.
Yes.
I mean, look, you're an amazing person. I just love your taste in video games.
I like to say that once you know Quake, Unreal Tournament, Doom is like riding a bike.
Yes.
When you know how to ride it, you know for life.
Yes.
So yes, I started when I was super young, and I can say that gaming is part of my DNA. I don't see Nicolle, not yet Cherrygumms, but I don't see Nicolle not being in the world of gaming. My first nickname was The Grill because I didn't know how to say The Grill in English. I was 7 years old entering the world of Quake with The Grill.
Do you know what I love so much? Even at that age, you picked an English nickname because you knew you were going to outgrow Brazil. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it could be. But the reason that I got The Grill, that it was supposed to be The Grill, but well, I was 7, 8 years, so okay, I'm fine. But the reason that I put The Grill was I want them to know that I'm a girl.
Yeah.
And then
you want to own that.
Yeah, I want them to know that, yes, this is a girl playing. This is a girl playing in a fast FPS, a demon fast FPS. And yes, I started my love for gaming around 7 years and then never stopped. In 2010, I went to PlayStation 3, so I changed from PC to console.
I'll forgive you for that.
Yeah,
it's
me
bad
too.
decision,
Yes.
bad decision. But you come back to PC?
But
no, I'm kidding.
I had a reason. In the school, nobody was playing PC.
Yeah.
And back to those times, PC was not like
It wasn't as big.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's the same.
It was big, but it was not like common.
Brazil and South Africa is relatively similar in terms of, look, financial income. Not everybody's that wealthy. PCs are very expensive. I know.
Nowadays are better, yes.
Exactly.
But
It's
in
the same.
the past, like
Correct.
for you
Yeah,
to
yeah,
have
yeah.
a GPU or a processor,
Yes, that was good enough to compete.
Yes,
Yeah.
but hopefully my father, he was a PC technician, so he had it at home. But then I changed it to console to play Battlefield 3, all of Call of Duties. I love zombies, Call of Duty Black Ops 1. Yeah. Kino der Toten was one of my favorite maps.
So then, okay, so let's now add in Black Dragons. Let's add in the esport element. So obviously you've grown up. I think my childhood is very similar. I played games as part of my DNA. When I met my wife, now we were dating, I said to her explicitly, when we come home, I will put esports on the TV. And we will have a negotiation of whether you're allowed to turn it off. Because it's going to happen, right?
She likes? Nowadays
does.
she likes?
Yes. I mean, she works in the industry as well. She actually works for G2 Esports.
Oh, so
exactly.
she must
it wasn't
know, yeah.
hard to convince her. But my point is, that's been something that's important to me. So when did esports and when did Black Dragons become a thing?
When I was in console in 2014, Quake 3 Arena became in a new version called Quake Live. So when it went to Quake Live, I said, okay, I got to have a computer because I got to play it. My father, he called me, oh, Nick, do you know Quake is a new version of Quake Live? And once I knew, I changed it to computer again. And in 2013 to 2014, I started playing Quake Live. And then a clan in Quake Live called Black Dragons I was the first female woman in Black Dragons. It was just a clan. It was some cool guys and cool kids also. Not that kids, because Quake is more of an old school game.
Oh, yeah.
But
So was Battlefield as well. So it
Yes.
tends to be a slightly older audience than other games.
And then in 2014, I entered Black Dragons as a professional player. But sadly, Quake does not have like a big scene in Brazil. We do have QuakeCon, like the amazing QuakeCon, but in Brazil we don't have the qualifiers. If you gotta qualify for QuakeCon, you gotta go to America.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of scrims, and then as I said, once you know how to ride a bike, you know how to play FPS. It's the same. So from 2014 to 2016, I played a lot of Quake in a high level skill, which got me the skills that I have, but I used to have better in
I admit you have at the time.
Yes.
Had now, because
Yes.
there's different focuses.
Yes, of course. And in 2016, Quake community was already small.
It's getting smaller and smaller.
It got
makes me
smaller
sad.
and smaller.
Yeah.
Yes. And then a new game was released called Rainbow Six Siege. So the clan, Black Dragons from Quake, we like to play other games as well. We played Rust, we played Quake, we played Battlefield, we played Fortnite later. But a lot of games we used to play together. And I bought a bundle of games that came with the alpha key of Rainbow Six Siege. So I entered Rainbow Six Siege just for fun with my guys that played high skill level on Quake. And then, okay, nice game. Let's see what we do here. And then we started entering the championships, the community championships, and who is the girl that's playing, who is the girl that is playing against men, which is the team that she's playing for. And I started to become and create some fame. I was in law school back in those times. I was 19 years old. And then I said to my mom, something's happening here. Something's happening here. I gotta decide what I'm going to do with my life. If I'm gonna be on law school and become a lawyer, I don't know, somehow.
Traditional
Exactly.
workplace job, or are you going to be brave and try esports?
Because in 2016, it was not that old, but it was young.
Yeah.
And there was no streamers. Like Twitch was just being
Correct.
a phenomenon.
It's starting to grow.
Exactly.
It's like,
From 2014, I would say it started to become something. And then I was the first female, like a woman, to do a lot of things in Brazil. So in 2016, because of Rainbow Six Siege, we saw the opportunity to create a company. So Black Dragons was founded in 97. The year was born, just a clan.
Yeah.
But in 2016, we created a company, me being one of the leaders and investors and CEO. So, but I was not an investor or something like that. I was a girl from law school that had a hobby, that was playing with friends, that got fame.
Trying to kind of evolve the gaming passion
and
to
decided,
something a little
okay,
bit
let's
more.
change my world and let's start to create this new ecosystem in the world of gaming. So my hobby became a profession. It was not thought at the beginning as a business.
Yeah.
It started to become a business, but before it was a hobby. So in 2016, my entire career, I passed the entire year of 2016 playing the Tier 1 competitions among men, against men. I was the only female. I am still the only female nowadays in Latin America to be the one of the leaders.
Level. Yeah.
Yes, and then people wanted to know who is Cherrygumms. But by the end of 2016, it's very sad to say that, because I wanted to compete, I continued competing so hard, but I needed to pay the bills as well.
Yes, yeah.
And I needed to somehow create opportunities to pay the bills. So I saw an opportunity to become an influencer and also align with some brands and teach them how to enter the world of gaming and the world of publicity of gaming. And then in 2017, I changed, sadly, my career to manager and then CEO and entrepreneur.
It's so funny because you say the word sadly, and I feel it because I'm the same. When I try to log back into Quake and look at Quake 4 and things like that, I suck in comparison to how I was 20 years ago. I'm nearly 40.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm nearly 40, right? So I don't have the aim, I don't have the direction speed, but I also know that word sad is you want to compete, but also you're an incredible businesswoman. Like I had the pleasure to speak to you last year and seeing the success.
you.
So it's like, on one hand, you're sad you're not competing, but on the other hand, you're really happy that you get to like forge this path.
I think I am very grateful
That's a
for
good word.
everything that happened, because even though playing professionally is my dream,
Yeah.
I have other dreams as well.
We were born too early to be able to do that. If we were a little bit younger, me a lot younger,
I wouldn't say that younger about myself, but I could have been more decisive on which path I wanted to follow.
Yeah.
But well, I was 19 years old, so and it was a lot happening. My YouTube channel went big. I went to YouTube Rewind and brands and new opportunities. So I needed to pay the bills. Actually, it was that I still need to pay the bills.
Because you're also
I still need some opportunities. We will talk later about this. So so 2017 beyond, I stopped my professional career. 2017 was my last championship, Alienware with Rainbow Six Siege. But in 2016, I played all the pro leagues, all the Taiwan competitions. In 2017 beyond, I started, okay, so if I want to create this business, let's make it good.
So let's pause there right now.
Of course,
because
please.
I think we've got a really, frankly, impressive history for Nicolle Cherrygumms. For a lot of our viewers here for the Esports Awards, we're obviously very familiar with Brazilian orgs, Brazilian teams. Like, I mean, the whole world does. You guys have, but bar none, Brazilian fans.
The biggest crowd.
Are the best. End of story. Like, that's just not even a question. Help explain to a more international crowd, where does Black Dragons fit into when we think of like WCHM, Furia, Pain? These are names that are, let's say, more
Double
well
Seven is very huge in Rainbow Six Siege.
Yes, exactly.
But, Black Dragons is the oldest team in the league of Siege in the world.
Okay.
Next year, we're going to be in a decade of Rainbow Six Siege. So we won as best organization by popular vote in 2018. Back in those times, Furia, Loud, they didn't even exist. As I said, Black Dragons started to be a hobby. It was a hobby that became a business.
Okay.
Loud, Furia was a business that continued to continue to be a business.
Can I ask a hard question?
Of course, always.
Why are Black Dragons not competing at the Esports World Cup?
Because we didn't qualify. We lost the last spot to Double 7M, actually.
So you will be here at some point. It's a matter of matter of when.
Exactly. I know. I've heard this from a singer, a very non-singer, but I like what she said. She said that, Tina Turner, she said that I knew that something big was going to happen in my life.
Yeah.
I didn't know when, but I knew
it was coming
inside my body that something will happen. So I've been in this path for almost a decade. And it was not an easy one. Like, as you can see here, I made up my own pitch.
Okay, tell me what this is. Tell me what this flyer is.
So tell me what is my flyer. So I'll be lecturing tomorrow. In my panel is Driving the Game, Creating Equitable Opportunities in Sports, Gaming in Esports.
Okay, can we show that to the camera again?
Because
that's awesome, yes.
Yes, and in here says that we should meet. So here talks some more about my story. And then Black Dragon story, and about the holding that owns Black Dragons, which is Group Dreamers, the biggest independent communications holding in Brazil, owners of festivals such as Rock in Rio. I don't know if you're familiar with Rock in Rio.
Yeah, I know the name. Yeah.
The production of Lollapalooza in Brazil, and the biggest agency, Brazilian agency in Brazil. They have a huge ecosystem.
You've got a great network, basically.
Yes. Yeah. So, as I said, from 2017 to from nowadays, I started to make Black Dragons bigger. But when Furia, Loud, and those business structure enter the scene, I gotta find new investors. So I saw, okay, everybody's leveling up. So I gotta level up as well. So I was seeking for investors, and in 2022, Group Dreamers, which is the biggest holding, entered the scene with me, and now we have a more structure. So it's very sad for me, Quickshot, not to be in the Esports World Cup competing with my teams.
That's why it was a hard question.
But I know I will be in the future, and hopefully I will be also a champion in the future.
So let's talk about Black Dragons then in terms of what are the next steps, okay? Because it's very clear that you have a diverse range of both personal skills, personal brand, personal influence, but then the brand itself, a lot of different directions. So is Black Dragons going is Black Dragons going the route of not being necessarily the best performing team and more of a brand, 100 Thieves? Or are you looking at being some of the more competitive teams, or is it all of it at once?
Nowadays, we're not the best in competing, but we were.
Okay.
We were.
And it's something that you want as well.
In 2018, in Rainbow Six Siege, some international teams were invited to enter the scene, such as Team Liquid, FaZe Clan, Ninjas in Pajamas, and back in those times, Immortals that became MIBR.
Yeah,
So,
RIP.
Yeah, so when they entered the scene, things got serious. We used to be the top one. We went to finals of Invitational. No, we went to the quarters of Invitational, the semifinals of Invitational, but we went to the finals of Katowice Pro League. We were like the top in Brazil. But when those teams enter in the scene with the revenue share from Ubisoft that we did not have, and when they entered the scene we were talking about Team Liquid, like the second in the global standings. So when they entered the scene, things got hard. And then new teams in Brazil arrived, just like Furia, such as Loud. Double 7M, I would say they entered the scene in 2017, 2018 in Fortnite. In 2018, the one of the greatest times of Black Dragons, we won by popular vote, such as Esports Awards. We have Prêmio Esports Brasil, which is the biggest Latin award in Latin America about esports. We won as best organization by popular votes, but things got hard. And I was doing a dual work here. I was doing my influencer role because I needed to create connections and build this ecosystem, in the same way that I was also creating and managing Black Dragons. So, I do believe that so far it's been good.
Okay.
But, I want to be one of the greatest, and I know if I continue working just like I am, I will.
So let's go. If you want to be one of the greatest, what is the dream vision? Okay, and I'm going to challenge you. I'm not saying where will Black Dragons be in 5 years, where will they be in 10 years? What would you say is the biggest dream that you have for what Black Dragons could become?
I think this is one of the first questions, the first question that was made in this intuition for me. So in this meaning, what is my dream, my goal? As I said, I came from Quake.
Yeah.
I'm a professional player. I used to be a professional player. So competitive for me is not just something.
It's in your DNA.
It is in my DNA. It makes me want to cry because I want to be one of the greatest. I want to lift that trophy or other trophies. So yes, I want to be in the competitive way of showing that no matter who you are in the world, you can achieve that if you hard work and if you set a goal. So yes, I want to become one of the greatest. But one thing that I want also to become is an image of marketing in the world of gaming. Last year, I had the opportunity to become a jury member of Cannes Lions in France, which is the biggest creativity award in the world, more than 75 years old. It was the second year of the gaming segment in this award, and because of Group Dreamers, which is one of the biggest in communications and marketing in Brazil, and because of my role I am a global Intel ambassador. I am partnered with Acer for more than 9 years. Next year is going to be a decade. Imagine being 10 years with a brand in this ecosystem.
That's unbelievable.
Yes,
it really is impressive. Congratulations.
I was the first Nike ambassador in Brazil, male or female. I was the first one, and what I've been doing is teaching the brands how to properly communicate with this new audience that is not new. Look what we're talking. I have a lot of...
Look at the background of where we are right now. This is incredible.
It's very hard, very, very happy and very funny because...
It's also, if I may, it's also validating, right? Because both of us, we've both had a journey where I think respectfully, we've made ourselves, right? Like we've created success. We've done it. Mine was using my voice and commentary. Yours was competing. And then everything else you've just listed. To sit here, quite literally, above some of the most important people in our industry while we're recording, I'm proud to be here and I'm proud to be interviewing you.
And I am saying the same thing. I am proud to be here with you. And look, I'll be lecturing tomorrow in Saudi Arabia about diversity. Can you imagine, 10, 15 years ago, something like that happening?
We wouldn't be allowed into the country, let alone anything else.
And this is changing, not the gaming ecosystem, but us human beings.
Yeah.
Gaming does that to us. So about my future and answering to go to other questions is that I want to truly become one of the greatest in the world. I want to be one of the leaders of the brands in the world of gaming and make my mark in the world.
I can tell you this: you are well on your way to already doing that. And what I really appreciate is when I asked the question of what is the dream, I could see and feel the emotion because you care, you're passionate.
Yes.
And I can feel it to the point that even I, like now thinking about it, both your journey and mine, I'm literally starting to well up, right? Like I might actually cry.
Me too.
but it shows the passion, right?
Yes.
This podcast is talking about origins. I think we've definitely covered your beginnings. We talked a little bit about Black Dragons. We talked a little bit about the future. I'm going to ask one more philosophical question before we get back to kind of reality and like what's happening tomorrow. What would you like to be remembered for? I know. You see, I love this. I love this. It's not a question you get asked often in an everyday environment.
I want to be remembered by my hard working. I want to be remembered by being someone who is capable of meeting no matter everybody and creating connections and make my path in this world. I won't just say about being a woman in the world of gaming because I think that limit myself.
Yeah.
I am more than just like a woman talking about women in gaming, but I do want to make some changes, which I am already doing by the people that are hired by Black Dragons or somehow involved in Black Dragons. So, yes, I want to make my ecosystem bigger and make my mark in the world.
Do you know what I love so much? Is that answer is still so broad, but also very powerful. Because I'm the same. My goal and my hope is that I will believe I've been...
But continue being myself.
Correct. I'll believe I've been successful in my job. And when I stop commentating, if people make documentaries like about my work, that's what I want to work. I want to work for so long and work so hard that's kind of my dream. And I don't know what that means. I haven't got a clue.
But I do want to also create an IP that somehow changes a narrative.
I've had the pleasure of speaking to a couple of very young, very driven, very successful individuals such as yourself. And I'm both annoyed at how good you are and impressed at how good you are at the same time.
Thank you.
I have no doubt you're going to accomplish that.
Yes, I am. I came here seeking for my second round of investment. That's why I have my pitch here.
This little card.
I think I'm the first person that
I've not seen it before.
Yes.
I've been in this business for a long time. I take pride in interacting at like these types of conferences and things. I've never seen a flyer.
Yes.
Look, I know we don't have a huge amount of time left.
Of course.
Okay.
It flies, right?
It really does. Because when you have a good conversation with an amazing like guest and whatnot, it works. I just want to ask maybe a little bit more of a fun question. What are you playing right now? What is distracting you? Because I know you still play games.
Yes, I went to Los Angeles to the release of Battlefield 6.
No!
Yes.
That's not fair!
I went. Actually, we're going to have like the after show, we're going to have a meeting with Electronic Arts. It's going to have an event and I'll be wearing the jacket. So
why don't invite me? Come on, people.
So, Battlefield 6, I think, is one of the I'm not been playing right now because, I've been traveling.
Also, the beta ended. But
yes, but it's going to be released in October. I think
wait.
on 12th, maybe of October. So, yes, and I'll be going to the new COD next. Yeah. Also to be the new, to release the new Black Ops 7.
Yes.
I'm not able to say when and where.
Of course you know. Of course you know. Listen, I also love the fact there's going to be co-op as well. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
I've got some other like old boys that I play with that I haven't played games with in a while, so I'm going to enjoy that.
And Siege, of course, but I love Peak.
Yes.
You know Peak?
I do. I saw a lot of the memes. It's not my type of game.
I love
But I love the developers that they voiced that little teddy bear thing and they're like messing on.
Yes.
Exactly.
And one of the games that I love is Subnautica, which is more of a survival. And
Okay. Now, we got about a minute, 2 minutes left.
Okay.
And this is for the Esports Awards.
Yes, I was in 2022. I was indicated as Personality of the Year in 2022.
I was nominated and didn't win either.
Me neither, but at least being there is already a dream.
Which Esports Awards do you personally want to win?
best organization.
Okay. Oh, I love that answer. The last thing is, can you just look at the camera, let us know where can we find you and where can we find Black Dragons?
Of course. So, well, you can find me anywhere on social media by Cherrygumms. It could be in my YouTube channel, Instagram, LinkedIn, everything. And Black Dragons, also Black Dragons, as I'm saying. And yeah, hopefully you can get to know more about my story, about my future as well. And I'm very, very happy to be here. Quickshot, thank you very much again for hosting me here and for your work as well, because you're in the right path as well, in a long journey, just like myself. But yes, thank you very much. And hopefully we'll see each other in the future.
Vamos!
Vamos! Vamos!
Yeah.